Welcome back. We go on over to Mike Eppel, standing by at his home Skype studio. Good morning to you, Mike.
Hi, Melanie. How are you doing this morning?
Doing all right. I feel like these business hits, there's something significant in every single one of them. Every single point that you send, you usually send a list to us, and I try to get to all of them for you, and you do as well. So let's start here. Auto sales, massive slump, and that's no surprise.
Yeah, as we've seen the ripple effect throughout all sectors of retail from the COVID-19 pandemic, Melanie, the auto dealerships, in the middle of March were starting to shut their doors. They're still offering online sales in some cases. But, when we've got such economic worry out there, you're not looking at doing a big purchase necessarily. So what happens? Well, auto sales slumped significantly, according to the tabulation by DeRosier Consultants. A year ago, we were looking at 150,000 sales per month. For the month of March, it was 95,000, so a 48% drop. And keep in mind, that was a tapering effect through last month. So what will April and May show, even though, you're hearing about some pretty good promotions on right now, deferred payments, and you can buy online. But the question is, like everything else, everything is slowing down dramatically. And of course, the auto makers themselves, they're not building cars and trucks right now, right? All of their plants in North America are shut down.
Right. You said, you could buy online, but it's the same thing as homes. It's the sort of thing where you need to actually look, touch, feel, and really try it out. And not a lot of people looking to do that right now. Let's talk about the restaurant industry, hospitality industry, really struggling right now, and they're looking for help.
Well, the survey in from Restaurants Canada Industry Lobby Group says that already they're looking at 800,000 permanent jobs lost in the industry, and 1 in 10 restaurants permanently closed, and that will just grow as the pandemic carries on. They're happy with the Trudeau government's rollout of $71 billion in financial assistance to small business. The issue that all small businesses are having right now is the timing. The talk from Finance Minister Bill Morneau was that this is going to take 3 to 6 weeks. They need the money now. And that's the challenge that any of these government programs have right now is getting it to those who need it most as quickly as possible. How do you do that? What channel do you have the infrastructure set up, whether it's online or through the Canada Revenue Agency, to get money out that quickly? Unfortunately, probably not. That's how government works. It's you can only do so much so fast.
Yes.
And the big problem right now.
Well, you think about all the applications that are going to come through. The 3 to 6 week promise is a promise that they hope to keep, but it's not necessarily one that they'll be able to do. I think there's going to be a lot of questions as to if they can make that timeline.
Then you'll hear about technical problems, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
There are going to be bugs to be worked out of the system, that's for sure.
Let's talk about the farming industry, and when it comes to workers looking to get, we're starting those crops right now, and could we see a backup when it comes to getting the proper workers in place?
Well, you have seasonal workers coming into the country, 600,000 of them, on a yearly basis, and they're trying to get them in, and then they have to go into quarantine for 14 days. And farmers, the crops this spring, Melanie, asparagus will be the first. We've got fruit trees to be pruned in Niagara and elsewhere, and the trees and the plants aren't waiting around. So the industry, and I've got family in this business as well, they're saying, look, we need people now. And this is a huge concern because they got to figure out, okay, are we going to buy fertilizer for the year, or are we just going to say to heck with it and wait? So the uncertainty. It's everybody right now. It's the overhang of the pandemic and dealing with it, but the stress loads for various parts of the economy that aren't waiting around right now, those are very, very high.
Zoom. Have you been on any Zoom calls? Of course, this is, if you haven't used it, a platform like a la Skype, where you can add a bunch of people, a lot of conference meetings happening there. Have you been on any Zoom calls?
My daughters have, actually.
Yeah? Of course, we've been talking about this for a while now, ongoing security issues with it. Do you have more on that?
Well, it's a new platform, new-ish platform, right? So you've got, I think Google House Party is another one, and the companies that have been in the industry for longer than Zoom have, they've got a very robust privacy policy, and there are already some officials in the U.S. specifically looking at Zoom about privacy concerns. Is it hackable? And that's the risk of any type of new technology when you're doing something of a social nature. How easy is it for bad actors, so to speak, to get into your system. Now, again, for most people, it doesn't matter all that much. But if you're a business using this, for example, can it be a back channel to your IT department or something of that nature? Zoom had been one of the best performing stocks on Wall Street until the past 3 days when these issues started to arise, and it's been down significantly over that time frame.
Oh, boy, lots to discuss here, Mike. We're going to do it all over again tomorrow, and it's Friday tomorrow, by the way, in case you forgot. Take care.
Thank you.